Hey, Changing the Face of Beauty. How are you for the second time this afternoon? I am super excited to bring you my first interview with this live broadcast. And it's actually with one of our amazing headshot clinic coordinators. She has coordinated not just one, but two different clinics, one here in Chicago, coming soon, and she completed one in, oh my goodness, and you are here, and somehow okay, here we go. I'm in Lindsay. Let's see how this works. So anyway, she's also an amazing author. She just wrote a book. Lindsay, we did it! I'm so excited. Welcome.
Thank you.
A little bit of technical difficulty on the front end, but we figured it out. Have to do these from a phone. That's key.
I know. I've never done this either, so this is really awesome.
So did you get a little invitation and it just clicked and you just joined? Is that how it worked?
Yeah, and then it just asks you if you agree to have your video taken. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, welcome. I'm so
Thank
excited
you.
that you are the first person that we're doing these live interviews with. It was an idea that came to me and I was like, oh my gosh, well, I'm gonna send a note to Lindsay and I'm gonna ask her if she wants to do this because you're a rock star.
Yay!
I'm gonna give a little bio. You have coordinated a clinic in Florida, and we're gonna talk about that. You're coordinating a clinic for Changing the Face of Beauty in Chicago.
Yes.
You also you moved during the process. And,
Yes.
and you just authored a book, which is like amazing. So we have lots to talk about. Lots to talk about.
Yes. Especially that move.
Yeah, right? So I want to hear, I love that you are on here because so many people inquire about headshot clinics and what the purpose is behind those clinics. And of course, our goal at Changing the Face of Beauty is to empower the community to go out and ask for representation. You're a mom, so tell us what encouraged you to bring Changing the Face of Beauty to Florida. I believe it's the first and only in the state of Florida.
Yeah,
So
it was.
Tell us.
So actually there had been talk about it in previous years of bringing a clinic, but I guess it just never happened. It was kind of too much for one person to do by themselves. And then I decided, well, right now I'm not really doing a whole lot and I love this organization. And so I wanted to bring a headshot clinic to Jacksonville, mainly because the purpose behind the headshot clinic is to provide these people with perfect quality images that they can send to modeling agencies. You can even invite modeling agencies or talent agencies to these clinics so they can see the individuals themselves, which is what we did. We invited them and we sent out letters and asked them if they wanted to participate and things like that. But there had never been a clinic in the Northeast or in Florida at all. And we actually had people come from Tampa. There were a couple people from Georgia who came. There was even one person who was in town from New York and who ended up attending the clinic. They messaged me and asked if we could open it and let them come because they were going to be in town at the same time. And then my friend Karen had originally wanted to coordinate this clinic in past years, and she asked if she could co-coordinate it with me, which was perfect because we ended up moving in the middle of putting this all together, and she kind of did a lot of the groundwork from there while I was in Illinois putting together stuff here.
I love it. So tell me, obviously we have a process here. Julie Shaws is our clinic coordinator.
Yes.
She works with all of our, coordinators and hosts like yourself. Tell me about the process. What did you think of that? I'm sure that we sent you straight to Julie. And did you feel like you had enough information? How was the process of, the behind the scenes in the beginning?
It was great. Actually, Julie was amazing from the get-go. She is the perfect person to have people reach out to if they're interested in doing a clinic. She's there every step of the way. She will actually reach out to you just to see if you've decided on whether or not you want to do a clinic or how she can help. She has reached out to me a number of times about the Chicago clinic, and we have talked about like the stages that I'm in and putting this one together. She sends over a packet with all of the information that you possibly need. If you need ideas on how to get started or how to get people to help fundraise for the event, she's got ideas for that. She's been amazing. I honestly can't say enough good things about her.
Awesome. And tell me this, I love your clinic was fully funded by donations, right? So it was free to the community. How did you do that? That's awesome.
Ours actually wasn't free
Oh,
to the
was it?
community,
Okay.
but part of it was we did use fundraisers to pay for, we gave away 2 spots. So we raised
Okay.
money to send 2 people to the clinic, and we did like a contest. So basically all they had to do was post a picture and then answer a question, and then we did like a random select giveaway. So 2 people who may not have been able to afford to go ended up going, and then we also used part of the funds for thank you gifts for the photographers, just to let them know that we appreciated them, and then we used it for the snacks and things like that. So the kids
Awesome.
would have something to eat and something to drink because it was a pretty big
Yeah.
day.
Awesome. So how did you do that? How did you fundraise for that extra to cover those types of expenses?
A lot of marketing. So I use Facebook and Instagram a lot, and we put together a PayPal fundraiser thing just because PayPal doesn't take out the fees like GoFundMe does.
Right.
And they have a fundraiser button that you can use for things like that. And then Karen and I just shared it multiple times. We were really excited about it. We told people ahead of time that we were going to be doing it, and we were able to raise the funds in less than 24 hours because we did it twice. So we did it the
That's
first
awesome.
time to send somebody, and we did it the second time towards the close of the clinic to send somebody again. And then we
Awesome.
just used the extra funds for the other stuff.
I love it. I love it. And so I forgot what the fee was for your participants. What was that?
Ours was $100.
Perfect.
So it was $100 to attend, which included multiple digital images plus a group shot. So I coordinated 3 different group shot options, one in the beginning of the clinic, one right in the middle, and then one at the end. So everybody who wanted to be in a group shot had the option of doing it, because people aren't going to stay there all day and wait to do that, but
Right.
they want that option to be able to be with other people in a group like that.
That
So
is super smart. Honestly,
yeah.
I had not thought of that. That is so smart because you're so right. The group photo is always at the end, and the first person that's there doesn't get that opportunity. So breaking it up, that was brilliant. Good idea.
Yeah.
That was awesome. The
And it
pictures
actually
were
worked.
amazing.
Yeah, it worked out perfect because if we'd have done one huge group picture, I don't know the way to coordinate it. Well, you should have seen all the
Right.
parents like jumping up and down and trying to get the
Yeah.
kids to smile all at one
Yeah.
time.
I
I
love
took a
it.
video of the parents while they were trying to take pictures of the kids. So it was a lot of
So fun.
fun.
So fun. So
Yes.
tell me, what was the feeling at the clinic? How did people respond to it?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. There were so many people asking to give Karen and I hugs and telling us thank you for bringing the clinic there. They were so excited about this. They were telling us how they had traveled super far. Somebody traveled from Tampa. Actually, the person The owner of A Little Something Extra made shirts for each participant to wear to the event, and she did that on her own time and things like that. And it was amazing. And she traveled from Tampa to be there, and she participated in the clinic too. And then she ended up leaving in the middle to go to something in Orlando. So she had a really long day, but she didn't want to miss the event. So we had a couple people do that because they had other plans, and we had Abigail the Advocate show up, and she drove for quite a while too. So it was a lot of fun, and the energy there was amazing. The kids were dancing. We had music in the background. The kids were having a lot of fun.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that they loved it. You know, the goal is really the opportunity to experience a shoot like that, right? You know, it's the
Yes.
closest we can get to what it feels like to be on the set of a brand, you know, and I just, every time I go, it just amazes me that these happen all over the country. The last time I was at one actually was at Julie's in New York, and she threw her own clinic. And the energy, the excitement around the thought of, you know, more kids, more adults with disabilities being represented is just, it's amazing. I
Yes.
love the fact that there are so many moms like you that value this change, you know, that really see a benefit in that. So that's my next question. Why is changing the face of beauty important to you, and why is that, you know, being seen in that ad message so important to you?
Actually, my 11-year-old answered that a lot better than I did. So there's been several times where we've been walking and she's noticed ads just like everybody else does. So like Aerie or Justice, places like that that really catch younger generation's eyes, they have ads all over the place. And before, it would be ads of just typical individuals who looked perfect. And she's really noticed like there's no representation of people like my sister in these ads. So then it got me thinking, and she's right, but my 3-year-old, Charlie, is going to grow up and she's going to see that. And she's going to feel left out. And she's going to say, well, why can't I be in some of these things? Or why can't I see ads that include people like me? And it's been amazing to watch the change over the years, like Target's including. Aerie has their new campaign where they don't alter photos and they're including those with disabilities. Justice had a girl with Down syndrome in their ad, which is amazing. And I see them in like Fisher Price, and it's great. It actually makes me want to buy their products more when I see how inclusive they are. But I think the main goal is consistency, because I don't want to see these ads and then see them go away. I want to see them continuously include our kids or continuously include those with disabilities in their ads. They're missing a huge part of the population when they don't include these individuals, and they have a lot to add. And I think it's good to make them realize that a lot of people want to see this too.
You're so right. And I can't tell you, I know I've talked to you about it, you know, how many times I've heard that this was popular in the 80s, not so much in the 90s. Now it's got a new trend on it. And I look at these people and I'm like, what are you talking about? We're talking about human beings. We're talking about, you know, people that are consumers, and they're actually the largest consumer group. Okay. So, it's not making sense to me. And you're exactly right. You know, we have to keep asking, pushing, you know, expecting. And I love all those brands that you are, you know, noticing that the girl that's in the Justice ad right now, she's worked with Changing the Face of Beauty in Miami. The Aerie creative director is amazing. I mean, I walked by Aerie and saw this beautiful composite of a bunch of women, all different sizes, and all different abilities in my area out
Yes.
here in Michigan. I was like, I like stopped. I went in, I took a picture. I was like, wow, this is the way that it should be, you know?
Yes.
And I love that your 14-year-old gets it, because I talk about that all the time. I have 6 kids, right? And their faces are in those screens. You know, that's where they find value. And I firmly believe that the more we're seeing, the more opportunity will be out there. Well, I forgot to mention also, Lindsay, you actually are part of our team writing letters to brands, which is so amazing. So
Yeah.
amazing. So I mean, just so you all know, we just started that. Lindsay and another mom had asked, how do we volunteer at Changing the Face of Beauty? And initially, I didn't have an answer outside of Headshot Clinics, but you guys came together and formulated a team and are writing letters to brands. So I want to tell everyone out there, if you want to join the team, you want to link arms, we would love to have you, because these brands want to hear from you. They value your voice. And so the more moms and dads and grandmas and aunts and friends we have out there writing, the more change we can make. So, but the last thing I want to talk about is your book. This girl just published a book. So tell me, what is the passion? Well, tell us the name of the book, and then what is the passion that project, came from?
Um, so it started last year, and I wrote a book called Charlie's Way for my 3-year-old daughter. I wrote it for her birthday, and it's about her and her doing things her own way and when she wants, because I got tired of people saying that she needed to do things a certain way, and I was like, that's not Charlie. She's going to do things the way that she wants to do them, and that's perfectly fine. So then I had a thought. We see and we read books all the time, or at least I do. I love to read, but it's really frustrating sometimes because I don't see kids like Charlie in these books. It's really rare to see kids with disabilities within the literary world. The same with movies. They have movies, and they have actors that portray people with disabilities, but they don't actually use people with disabilities a lot of the time. So I got together with my friend Devin, who's a former teacher, and I said, this is my idea. I want to put our kids in a book, and I want it to be educational. And she was on board. And so we took the 50 states plus DC, and we found moms from all over the United States and asked them if they wanted to participate. And there's a kid representing each state that has Down syndrome on every page. So it's pretty awesome. It's been an amazing experience. And now we're working on the second one. So we didn't even stop to take a breath. We're like, this was amazing. Let's do the countries, because we wanted to include everybody around the world.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Now,
Yeah.
tell me, I know that it's in the beginning stages. Is it published and available yet, or is it getting ready to
It is.
be?
No,
It
it's
is.
actually published. Yeah, and your copy is on your way to you because
I'm so
you,
excited.
yeah,
I'm so excited.
yes.
So can you send me a link so that I can put it in the comments of this live so that people can check it out if they want to order one for themselves?
Yeah, I definitely can. I can.
Awesome.
It's live on Amazon. It's actually on sale. So Amazon decided the book was doing really well that they put it on sale. We didn't
Awesome.
know. Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Perfect. Yeah. Send me that link so that I can put it in here, because I'm sure everyone will want to check it out. But
okay.
anything else you want to say? I'm so happy that it was you. You were the first one. You're such a passionate mom. And you're not just talking about it. You're not just talking about change and how you wish the world looked, and, how you wish that this was this way or that way. You're actually out there doing it. And you have a young child, so you're a busy mama. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch your journey and where you go, and the lives that you influence and change through your go-getter attitude, honestly. You're
Oh, thank
amazing.
you. Yeah, I just want to say, like, I know a lot of people who are so interested in bringing another clinic to Florida, especially the south part of Florida. And I talked to a number of people, and then I've had other people contact me, and then I send them Julie's information. But I just want to say it might look overwhelming, but it's really easy to do. It's so super fun to put together one of these clinics, and the day of is just amazing. Like, you meet so many people. I mean, all of these people that I met in Florida were super close, and yet I just met probably 20 of them.
Right.
So, and now they're friends. So it's really awesome to see. And it wasn't just kids, it was adults that came and participated in the clinic too. And it was just a really awesome thing.
Awesome. Do you know if, well, so tell me, actually, I wanted to ask you about the agencies. So the agencies came, did they sign anyone? Or did they
Um,
come? Actually, I should ask you. I don't know if they came. Did they come?
No, so we didn't get any agencies to come, but we did get the news story. So there was a
Yeah, that
news
was
story
awesome.
about it. And then what I did was I kind of mapped out where everybody was traveling from, and then on a piece of paper, like a document ahead of time, I put the list and of names, addresses, and phone numbers for major agencies, and then for a lot more agencies in the Jacksonville area because that's where the clinic was located. But I also did them for South Florida, the west coast of Florida, just kind of all over the area. And I passed out that information to the families so that they would have information for the talent and modeling agencies as well. So kind of they don't have to do that work. I did it
Right.
for them. And then
Right.
they could just send the headshots over themselves. And I know
Awesome.
a
Did
lot of
they?
people did. Yeah,
Oh,
I know a lot
good.
of people did. Yeah, so
Good.
I'm not sure if they've gotten booked or anything, but and I just had somebody email me the other week and said they lost their paper and they hadn't gotten through the whole list and they asked me to send it to them. So I know they were
Awesome.
using it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. The point of these clinics is to empower the community to push that talent industry. Right now, there are no national firms, investing in a solid portfolio of models with disabilities. So that's a problem. It needs to
Right.
change. And,
Yes.
moms like you are going to change it because you're empowering other moms to do the same. And when they're armed with those awesome pictures, I mean, how can a talent firm say no is what I want to know. But
Right. Right. These
I
pictures look
know,
gorgeous. Like,
I
we
know
had some amazing photographers and
you
I got
did.
glimpses before everybody else did and they're astonishing. Like, they're breathtaking. Even Charlie's photos I got back are just amazing. We've replaced so many pictures in our house of
I love
her
it.
because they were just phenomenal.
They were awesome. They were awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. This was so great.
Yeah,
It worked out perfectly. Send me that link to your book. I'm going to put that in the
I
comment
will.
section. And,
Okay.
out there, if you want to bring changing the face of beauty to your community, obviously we have amazing, I think, gosh, I don't even know. I think we've done like 33 clinics now nationwide. So it's kind of a well-oiled machine. The day is amazing. Our coordinator, Julie, is passionate about helping everyone succeed. So yeah, I can't wait to see who's next and where. Well, I know Chicago's on the list, so I can't wait to see what
Yes.
you do in Chicago. So thank you so much for all your work.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Have a great evening. Take
All
care.
right.